Welcome to my channel, Book2 Fluent. I am Thomas, and today we will talk about how you can read and speak English naturally, even if you feel stuck and silent right now. Have you ever read English and understood it, but when you try to speak, your mind goes blank? You are not alone. Today, I will show you a simple way to turn reading into real speaking. Comment if you've ever felt this way. And stay with me, because by the end, you will feel ready to speak. Chapter 1. The Silent Reader Problem. There is a moment many English learners know very well. You sit quietly. You open a book or your phone. You read a sentence. You understand it. You feel a small happiness inside. You say to yourself, "Yes, I got it." But then something strange happens. Someone asks you a simple question in English. Maybe they say, "How are you?" Or, "What did you do today?" And suddenly, your mind goes blank. The same person who understood a full page just a few minutes ago now cannot say one simple sentence. Your heart beats a little faster. You try to think. You try to remember words. But nothing comes out clearly. And in that moment, you feel stuck. You feel silent. You feel like all your effort is not enough. If you have ever felt this, I want you to know something very important. You are not alone. This is not your failure. This is not because you are not smart. This is not because English is too hard for you. This is happening because of one simple reason. You trained your eyes, but you did not train your mouth. You trained your brain to understand, but you did not train your voice to speak. And this is where most learners stop without knowing it. They read more and more. They learn more words. They feel good while reading. But when it is time to speak, they feel weak, not because they are weak, but because they practiced only half of the journey. Let me show you something very simple. Imagine you want to learn how to swim. You read many books about swimming. You watch videos. You understand everything. You know how to move your hands. You know how to breathe. You know every step. But you never go into the water. Now tell me honestly, can you swim? No. You understand swimming, but you cannot do swimming. Speaking English is the same. Reading is like watching and learning. Speaking is like going into the water. If you never use your mouth, your speaking will never grow. This is not a problem of intelligence. This is a problem of practice. And here is the truth that will change everything for you. Understanding English is a quiet skill. Speaking English is a physical skill. Yes, physical. Your mouth, your tongue, your lips, they all need training. They need movement. They need repetition. They need real action. When you read silently, your mouth is sleeping. Your voice is not working. Your speaking muscles are not active. So when you suddenly try to speak, your mouth feels slow. Your words feel heavy. Your sentences feel broken. It is not because you don't know English. It is because your speaking system is not trained yet. Now think about your daily learning. Maybe you read articles. Maybe you watch videos. Maybe you listen to English. All of this is good, very good. But if you are not speaking, then your progress is only going in one direction. You are building knowledge, but you are not building expression. You are collecting words, but you are not using them. And language is not only about knowing. Language is about using. Language lives in your voice, not only in your mind. There is also something emotional here. When you read, you feel safe. No one is watching you. No one is judging you. You can take your time. You can stop. You can go back. But when you speak, it feels different. It feels scary. You feel people are listening. You feel pressure. You feel fear of making mistakes. So many learners choose reading because it feels comfortable. And slowly, without realizing it, they build a habit of silence. They become strong readers, but silent speakers. But listen carefully. This is the moment where your story can change. Right here, right now. Because once you understand this problem, you can fix it. The problem is not your English. The problem is the missing step in your practice. And when you add this missing step, everything starts to change. Let me ask you one powerful question. What if the reason you cannot speak is not because you don't know enough, but because you have not practiced speaking the right way? What if you are already closer to fluency than you think, but you just need to activate it? This idea is very important because it gives you hope, real hope, not fake motivation, real direction. From today, I want you to see yourself differently. You are not a weak English learner. You are an incomplete learner. And incomplete can become complete very fast. You already have something strong inside you. You understand words. You understand sentences. That means your foundation is there. Now you just need to build the second half, the speaking half. And here is something beautiful. Speaking is not magic. Speaking is not talent. Speaking is practice. Simple, daily, small practice. Not big, heavy lessons. Not difficult grammar rules. Just simple sentences. Simple repetition. Simple use. Again and again. And slowly, your mouth will wake up. Your voice will become stronger. Your confidence will grow. So do not feel bad about your silence. Your silence is not your enemy. Your silence is your starting point. It is showing you where you need to grow. And that is powerful, because now you know what to do next. In the next part, we are going to look at reading in a new way. Not just reading with your eyes, but reading with life, with feeling, with connection. Because reading is not your problem. Reading is your power. You just need to use it the right way. And when you do, something amazing will begin to happen. Chapter 2. Reading is power, but only half the journey. Now let us take a deep breath and look at something very important. Reading is not your enemy. Reading is your power. Reading is your power. In fact, reading is one of the strongest tools you have in your English journey. It gives you words. It gives you sentence patterns. It shows you how real English looks in real life. Every time you read, you are feeding your brain with English. You are building your understanding step by step. And this is beautiful. This is necessary. This is the first half of your growth. But here is where many learners make a quiet mistake. They stop here. They read more and more. They feel smart. They feel comfortable. They feel safe. And slowly, they start to believe that reading alone will make them fluent. But that belief is not complete. Because reading gives you knowledge, but speaking gives you life. Reading fills your mind, but speaking opens your voice. And if you only read, your English stays inside you. It does not come out. It does not move. It does not become real communication. Think about this in a very simple way. Reading is like collecting tools. Speaking is like using those tools. If you only collect tools and never use them, what happens? You have many tools but no real result. In the same way, if you only read and never speak, you have many words but no real communication. And language is not a collection. Language is a connection. It connects you to people, to ideas, to the world. Now I want to show you a new way to see reading. A stronger way. A smarter way. I call it living reading. This is not just reading with your eyes. This is reading with your mind, your emotions, and your imagination. This is where reading starts to feel real. This is where reading starts to prepare you for speaking. Let's take a very simple sentence. I wake up early. When you read this sentence in a normal way, you just understand it and move on. But in living reading, you stop for a moment. You see yourself waking up. You feel the morning. You imagine your room. You connect the sentence to your life. Now the sentence is not just words. It becomes your experience. It becomes your story. And something very interesting happens here. When you connect a sentence to your life, your brain remembers it better. It becomes easier to speak later. Because now you are not remembering words. You are remembering a feeling. And feelings are stronger than words. This is why some learners read a lot but still forget quickly. They read without connection. They read without feeling. They read like machines. But you are not a machine. You are a human being, and your learning becomes powerful when it becomes emotional and personal. Now here comes a very important idea. One sentence can change your speaking. Yes, just one sentence. Not a big paragraph, not a long list of words. Just one sentence that you understand deeply, feel clearly, and connect to your life. When you do this, that one sentence becomes alive inside you. And when something is alive, it is easier to speak. Let me give you another example. I drink tea in the morning. This is a simple sentence, very simple. But if you connect it to your daily life, if you imagine yourself holding a cup, if you feel the warmth, if you see your morning, then this sentence becomes part of you. And later, when you speak, it comes out naturally. Not because you forced it, but because you lived it. This is the bridge between reading and speaking. This is where your learning becomes real. You stop being a passive reader and become an active learner. You stop just seeing English and start feeling English. And when you feel English, you start moving closer to speaking it. But I want to be honest with you. This change does not happen in one day. It happens step by step, sentence by sentence, day by day. And that is okay. You do not need to rush. You just need to be consistent. Small steps, real steps. Now let me ask you something that may surprise you. What if you don't need to read more, but you need to read better? What if your problem is not the amount of reading, but the way you read? This question is powerful because it changes your focus. It tells you that you already have what you need. You just need to use it differently. From today, I want you to slow down your reading. Not too slow, but with awareness. Do not rush to finish pages. Focus on understanding and feeling each sentence. Ask yourself simple questions. Can I see this sentence in my life? Can I imagine it? Can I feel it? If the answer is yes, then you are reading in the right way. And here is something beautiful. When you start reading this way, you will feel more confident. Because you are not just collecting English, you are building English inside you. You are preparing your mind and your voice at the same time. You are creating a strong base for speaking. So remember this clearly. Reading is not the problem. Reading is your strength. But reading alone is only half the journey. The other half is coming. And when both halves come together, your English will start to change in a way you never expected. In the next part, I will show you the simple secret that connects reading directly to speaking. A method so easy that you can start today. A method that many learners ignore, but the ones who use it start speaking faster than they ever imagined. And when you see it, you will think, why didn't I do this before? Chapter 3. The Speak While Reading Secret. Now we come to something very powerful. This is the moment where everything starts to connect. This is where reading stops being quiet and starts becoming alive. Because now, you are not just going to read English. You are going to speak it at the same time. This is the secret that most learners ignore. They read silently. They understand silently. And then they wonder why their speaking is silent too. But you are different now. You are ready to activate your English. Let me say this very clearly. Your mouth learns by doing, not by thinking. You cannot think your way into speaking. You cannot read your way into speaking. You must speak, even if it feels slow, even if it feels strange, even if it feels uncomfortable at first. Because that discomfort is not a problem. That discomfort is growth. That discomfort means your mouth is waking up. Now I will show you the method. It is very simple, but do not let the simplicity fool you. This method can change your English if you use it daily. First, you take a sentence. A simple sentence, not difficult, not long, something you understand. Then you read it slowly. After that, you pause, just a small pause. And then you say it out loud, not in your mind, not quietly, out loud. You use your voice, you move your lips, you feel the sound. For example, you read, I go to the market. You read it once with your eyes, then you stop, then you say it, I go to the market. You do it again and again. Slowly at first, then a little faster. You are not trying to be perfect. You are trying to be real. You are training your mouth to move with English. And here is the most important part. You must feel the sentence. Do not speak like a robot. Do not just copy the sound. Imagine the meaning. See yourself going to the market. Feel the movement. Feel the action. When you speak with feeling, your brain and your mouth connect stronger. And this is what makes your speaking natural. At the beginning, your voice may feel weak. Your pronunciation may not be perfect. You may stop in the middle. You may feel shy, even if you are alone. That is normal. Do not fight it. Do not judge yourself. Just continue. Because every time you speak a sentence, you are building something inside you. You are building what I call mouth memory. Mouth memory is very important. It means your mouth remembers how to say words and sentences, just like your body remembers how to walk or how to ride a bike. At first, everything feels slow and difficult, but with repetition, your body learns, your mouth learns. And one day, you speak without thinking too much. That is not magic. That is practice. Now let me give you a small truth that can change your mindset. Speaking wrong is better than staying silent. Many learners wait for the perfect sentence. They wait for perfect grammar. They wait for perfect pronunciation. And while they wait, they stay silent. But silence does not build speaking. Action builds speaking. Even broken sentences are powerful because they are alive, they are moving, they are real. So when you speak while reading, you are doing something very special. You are taking input and turning it into output immediately. You are not waiting. You are not delaying. You are training both your understanding and your speaking at the same time. This is why this method is so powerful. Let me show you how you can do this in a simple way every day. Take a short paragraph, maybe 5 sentences. Read the first sentence. Pause, speak it. Read the second sentence. Pause, speak it. Continue like this. Do not rush. Focus on clarity. Focus on feeling. Focus on using your voice. Even 5 minutes of this practice can start changing your confidence. And here is something interesting. When you start speaking while reading, your fear will slowly decrease because you are speaking in a safe space. You are not talking to people yet. You are not under pressure, but you are still using your voice. You are building confidence, step by step. So when the time comes to speak with someone, your mouth is already ready. Now I want you to think about this question. Most learners read silently every day. But how many of them speak while reading? Very few. And that is why very few people speak confidently. Not because they are smarter, not because they are special, but because they use their voice more. This is your advantage now. You know the secret. You know the missing step. And you can start using it today. Right after this video. Not tomorrow, not next week. Today. But remember one thing. Do not try to be perfect. Try to be consistent. Even if you feel slow. Even if you make mistakes. Keep going. Because every sentence you speak is a step forward. Every repetition is progress. Every small effort is building your future fluency. And something beautiful will happen if you continue. The sentences you speak today will become easy tomorrow. The words that feel difficult now will become natural later. And slowly, without even realizing it, your voice will become stronger. Your speaking will become smoother. Your confidence will grow. In the next part, we are going to take this even further. You will not only speak sentences, you will start creating your own sentences. You will learn how to take one simple idea and turn it into many sentences. And this is where your English becomes truly yours. Not something you copy, but something you create. Chapter 4. From Words to Real Sentences. Now something very exciting begins. Until now, you were reading. You were speaking what you see. You were repeating sentences. And that is powerful. But now, you are going to take a bigger step. Now, you will not only repeat English, you will start creating English. This is the moment where your confidence starts to grow faster. This is the moment where English starts to feel like your own language. Let me tell you something very simple, but very important. You do not need big vocabulary to speak English. You do not need difficult grammar to sound confident. What you need is the ability to build small sentences. Simple sentences, real sentences. Because communication does not start with big words. It starts with clear meaning. Many learners think, I need more words before I speak. But that thought is stopping them. Because while they wait for more words, they do not use the words they already have, and those simple words are enough to start. In fact, simple English is powerful English. When your sentences are clear, people understand you. And when people understand you, you feel confident. And when you feel confident, you speak more. This is how growth begins. Now let's do something together. Let's take a very small sentence. I eat food. This is basic. Very basic. But do not ignore it. This sentence is your starting point. Now watch what happens when you change it slowly. I eat food. I eat rice. I eat rice every day. I eat rice every day in the morning. I eat rice every day in the morning with my family. Do you see what is happening here? One simple sentence becomes many sentences. Step by step, word by word. You are not jumping, you are building. This is called sentence expansion. And this is one of the strongest skills for speaking. When you do this, something amazing happens in your mind. You stop feeling empty. You stop thinking, I don't know what to say. Because now, you know how to start small and grow bigger. You have a system. You have a path. And that path removes fear. Let's try another example. I go to work. I go to work every day. I go to work every day by bus. I go to work every day by bus in the morning. I go to work every day by bus in the morning. And I feel tired sometimes. Now this is real English. This is your life. This is your story. You are not memorizing big sentences from books. You are building your own sentences from your own reality. And this is what makes your English natural. Here is the key idea you must remember. You don't need more words. You need more use of your words. Use what you already know. Repeat it, change it, expand it, play with it. Language is not a test. Language is a tool. And tools become powerful when you use them again and again. Now I want you to feel this deeply. You are not a beginner because you know nothing. You are a beginner because you have not used what you know enough. There is a big difference. And once you understand this, your mindset changes. You stop waiting. You start acting. At first, your sentences may feel slow. You may stop in the middle. You may think for a few seconds. That is okay. That is part of the process. Do not rush. Do not compare yourself with others. Focus on your own progress. Because every sentence you create is a victory. And here is something very important. Speak your sentences out loud. Do not only think them. Thinking is good, but speaking is better. When you say your sentences, your mouth learns. Your voice becomes stronger. Your confidence becomes real. Now let me give you a small challenge. Today, take one sentence from your reading, just one, and expand it into 5 sentences. Speak all 5 sentences out loud. Feel them, imagine them, connect them to your life. This small exercise can change your speaking faster than you think. You can do this with anything. Your daily routine, your food, your room, your work, your feelings. Everything around you can become English. And when everything becomes English, your practice becomes natural. It becomes part of your life. And here comes a powerful truth. You don't need perfect grammar to speak. You need clear meaning. Grammar will improve slowly with practice. But if you wait for perfect grammar, you will stay silent for a long time. So start speaking now. Improve later. You are building something very strong here. You are moving from repetition to creation. From copying to expressing. From silence to voice. And this shift is the beginning of real fluency. In the next part, we will go even deeper. We will remove one big habit that slows down your speaking. A habit that almost every learner has. A habit that makes your speech slow and heavy. And once you remove it, your English will start to flow more easily than before. Chapter 5. Feel English, don't translate. Now we come to one of the biggest changes in your English journey. This is not just a technique. This is a shift in the way you think. This is the moment where your English starts to become faster, lighter, and more natural. Because now we are going to talk about something that slows down almost every learner. The habit of translating. Let me show you what happens inside your mind. You want to say something simple like, I am tired. But before you speak, your brain goes back to your first language. You think in your language. Then you try to find the English words. Then you build the sentence. Then you speak. This takes time. This creates pressure. And in that time, your confidence becomes smaller. Your speech becomes slow. Sometimes your mind gets stuck between 2 languages. and you feel lost. This is called the translation trap, and it is very common. Almost every learner goes through this stage. So if this is happening to you, do not feel bad. This is not your weakness. This is just a habit, and habits can change. Now here is the powerful idea that can change everything. You do not need to translate every sentence. You can feel the meaning directly. Yes, feel it. Just like you do in your first language. When you see a cup, you don't translate the word cup in your mind. You just know it. You just feel it. It is direct. It is instant. It is natural. And this is exactly what we want to build in English. A direct connection between meaning and words. No middle step. No translation. Just understanding and speaking. Let's take a simple example. You see your phone. You can say, "This is my phone." But many learners first think in their own language, then change it into English. Instead, look at the phone and say the sentence directly. Connect the object to the English sentence, not to your language. This is how you start building direct thinking. You can do this with small things. Your room, your table, your chair, your food, your clothes. Look at them and say simple sentences. In English, this is my room. I am sitting on a chair. I drink water. Do not translate. Just look and speak. Slowly, your brain will start to connect English directly to your life. This is how children learn language. They do not sit and translate. They see, they hear, they feel, and they speak. That is why they learn fast. Not because they are smarter, but because their method is natural. And you can use the same method. You can return to this natural way of learning. At first, it may feel difficult. Your brain will try to go back to translation. It will feel like a habit. And that is normal. Do not fight your brain too hard. Just gently bring it back. Again and again. Look, feel, speak. No translation, just simple connection. Now let me give you a powerful line to remember. Translate less, feel more. This line can guide you every day. When you feel stuck, ask yourself, can I feel this instead of translating it? And most of the time, the answer will be yes. Here is another example. You feel hungry. Instead of thinking in your language first, just say, I am hungry. Feel the hunger. Connect that feeling to the English sentence. Now your brain starts learning in a new way, a faster way, a real way. This change will not happen in one day, but it will happen if you practice daily. And once it starts working, you will feel something amazing. Your speaking becomes quicker. Your sentences come out more easily. You stop thinking too much. You start expressing more. And here is something very important. When you stop translating, you also reduce fear. Because translation creates pressure. It makes you feel like you need to be perfect. But when you feel English, you become free. You speak more naturally. You accept small mistakes, and that freedom makes you stronger. You do not need perfect English to communicate. You need real English, simple English, clear English, and that comes from feeling, not translating. Now I want you to try something today. Choose 5 simple sentences about your daily life. Look around you, feel your actions, and say those sentences directly in English. No translation, just connection, just feeling. Do this every day, and slowly, your brain will change its habit. And when this habit changes, your English will also change. You will move from slow thinking to fast speaking, from heavy sentences to light sentences, from fear to flow. You are now very close to something powerful. You can read. You can speak while reading. You can create sentences. And now, you are learning to think without translating. This is real progress. This is real growth. In the next part, we will bring everything together into a simple daily routine. A routine so easy that you can follow it every day without stress. And this routine will slowly turn your practice into a natural habit. A habit that builds fluency step by step. Chapter 6. Turn reading into daily speaking habit. Now we bring everything together. This is the moment where your learning becomes a real habit. Not just something you do sometimes, not just something you try when you feel motivated, but something you do every day, in a simple and natural way. Because fluency does not come from one big effort. It comes from small daily actions done again and again. Many learners wait for the perfect time. They say, "I will start tomorrow," or "I will practice when I have more time." But days pass, weeks pass, and nothing changes. Not because they are lazy, but because they are waiting for something big. And big moments are rare, but small moments are everywhere. And those small moments are enough to change your English. So today, we build a simple routine. A routine you can follow even when you are busy, even when you are tired, even when you do not feel like studying. Because this routine is not heavy. It is light. It is simple. It fits into your life. Let's start with the first step. Read for 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes. Not 1 hour, not 30 minutes, only 5 minutes. Choose a short paragraph. Read it slowly, understand it, feel it. Do not rush. Focus on meaning, not speed. This is your input. This is where you collect English. Now comes the second step. Speak for 5 minutes. This is where most learners stop. But you will continue. Take the same sentences you read. Speak them out loud, one by one. Pause after each sentence. Repeat it. Feel it. Use your voice. Do not be silent. This is your output. This is where you build your speaking. Now we go one step deeper. Change the sentences. Take one sentence and expand it, just like we learned before. Make it longer. Make it personal. Connect it to your life. For example, if the sentence is, "I drink tea," you can say, "I drink tea every morning," or "I drink tea with my family." Now you are not just repeating, you are creating. And now comes something very powerful. Talk about your real life. Look around you. Use simple English to describe what you see. I am sitting in my room. I have a book in my hand. I feel a little tired today. These are not big sentences, but they are real, and real sentences build real fluency. You can do this anywhere. In your room, in the kitchen, while walking, while working. You do not need a special place. You do not need a perfect environment. Your life is your classroom. Everything around you is your material, and this makes your practice natural. Now let me tell you something important. Do not try to do too much. Do not try to be perfect. Do not try to learn everything in one day. That will only make you tired. And when you feel tired, you stop. Instead, keep it small, keep it simple, keep it daily. 5 minutes of reading, 5 minutes of speaking, a few minutes of sentence creation. That is enough. 10 to 15 minutes every day can change your English more than 2 hours once a week. Because consistency is stronger than intensity. There will be days when you feel good. You will speak easily. You will feel confident. And there will be days when you feel slow. You may forget words. You may make mistakes. That is normal. Do not stop. Do not break your habit. Even on bad days, do a little. Because doing a little is better than doing nothing. This is how habits grow. Not by big motivation, but by small repetition. Day by day, your brain gets used to English. Your mouth gets used to speaking. Your fear becomes smaller. Your confidence becomes stronger. And one day, you will notice something interesting. You will start speaking without thinking too much. You will say simple sentences naturally. You will not feel the same fear. And that moment will feel amazing because you will see your own progress. You will feel your own growth. Now let me give you a simple promise. If you follow this routine every day, even for a short time, your English will change. Not in one day, not in 1 week, but step by step, slowly and surely. And this change will be real. It will stay with you. Remember this line. Small daily practice becomes powerful fluency. Say it again in your mind. Feel it. Because this is the truth. You do not need a perfect plan. You need a simple habit. You already have everything you need. You can read. You can speak while reading. You can create sentences. You can feel English. Now you just need to repeat it daily. That is the final piece. And in the next part, we will see the result of all this practice. We will see how you move from practice to natural speaking, from effort to flow, from learning English to living English. Chapter 7. From practice to natural speaking. Now we arrive at a very special moment. This is where everything you have done starts to come together. This is where your small steps begin to show real results. Not big, sudden change, but quiet, powerful change that you can feel inside yourself. At the beginning, you were reading silently. You understood English, but you could not speak. You felt stuck. You felt slow. You felt unsure. But then you started doing something different. You started speaking while reading. You started creating small sentences. You started feeling English instead of translating it. You started practicing every day, even for a few minutes. And now something is changing. One day, you will notice it without expecting it. You will say a sentence quickly. You will answer a simple question without thinking too much. You will describe something around you, and the words will come out more easily. It will not be perfect, but it will be real. And in that moment, you will feel something new. You will feel that your English is alive. This is what natural speaking feels like. It is not about speaking fast like a native speaker. It is not about using big, difficult words. It is about speaking without fear, speaking with flow, speaking with connection. It is about using English as a tool, not as a problem. But I want to be honest with you. This stage does not mean the journey is finished. It means the journey has become easier. Because now, you are not forcing English. You are using English. You are living it in your daily life. And when something becomes part of your life, it grows naturally. You may still make mistakes. You may still forget words sometimes. That is normal. Even advanced speakers make mistakes. The difference is, they do not stop. They continue speaking. They continue expressing, and that is what makes them confident. Now think about your past self, the version of you who was afraid to speak, the version of you who stayed silent, the version of you who thought, I cannot do this. And now look at yourself today. You are speaking, you are trying, you are growing. That is a big change, and you should feel proud of it. Here is something very important to remember. Confidence does not come before speaking. Confidence comes from speaking. Every time you use your voice, you build confidence. Every time you express your thoughts, you become stronger. So do not wait to feel confident. Speak, and confidence will follow. At this stage, your goal is simple. Keep using English in your daily life. Do not go back to silence. Do not go back to only reading. Continue your habit. Continue your practice. Continue your small daily action. Talk to yourself in English. Describe your day. Share your thoughts. Ask yourself questions and answer them. Even if no one is around, your voice still matters. Because every time you speak, you are training your mind and your mouth together. And when you get a chance to speak with others, take it. Do not run away. Do not hide. Even if your English is simple, use it. Because communication is not about perfect grammar. It is about sharing meaning. It is about connecting with people. Now I want you to hear this clearly. You are not learning English anymore. You are using English. This is a big shift. This is the moment where English becomes part of your identity. Not something outside you, but something inside you. And here comes the most powerful truth of this journey. Your voice was always there. It was not missing. It was just quiet. It was just waiting for you to use it. And now you are using it, step by step, day by day. So do not stop here. Do not slow down. Keep going. Because every day you practice, you become a better version of yourself, not just in English, but in confidence, in communication, in life. One day, someone will listen to you and understand you clearly. One day, you will speak without fear. One day, you will realize that the thing you were afraid of is now your strength. And when that day comes, you will smile. Because you will know that it did not happen by chance. It happened because you decided to start. You decided to continue. You decided to use your voice. So keep going. Keep speaking. Keep growing. Because your journey is not just about English. Your journey is about finding your voice.